Welcome to the Business Growth Spotlight, where we talk with business leaders from all over the world who share their expertise and insights so we can all grow together. I'm your host, Heidi Schock, co-founder of HLH Growth Solutions, and we help businesses scale their revenue through outside-the-box visibility strategies. Today, I'm excited. We're going to be talking about sales, which is an exciting topic, something we all need in our business in order to keep those doors open and grow. And so we're going to dive into all of that today. So I'm excited to introduce my guest today, Jill Pederson with SalesStar. Welcome, Jill, to the podcast.
Heidi, thank you. And welcome to all those that are listening in. It's going to be a pleasure to share some amazing things with you that I hope will excel you either personally or in your business.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk with you because we have a lot of men that come on the podcast talking about sales, but we don't have a lot of women that we talk about this topic on. So this is super exciting for me. So Jill, can you share with us a little bit about you, about your business with the SalesStar and your role within it?
Oh, sure. I've actually been in business for quite a few years with SalesStar, but I've been in sales and marketing all my life. And I actually started in marketing and I loved it. It was great. I climbed the corporate ladder. I was in a marketing firm in Chicago. It was great. But what I realized and what came to fruition really early was that I actually didn't love the fact that a lot of companies are spending a lot of money on marketing, and marketing is a key part of a successful flywheel in business.
Mm-hmm.
However, I really wanted to go where there was more of an impact. And if people are spending a lot of money on marketing, but their sales team or themselves are not converting their leads, I feel like they're wasting money. So what I wanted to do is I quickly pivoted my career, jumped into sales, started really figuring out the things that work and don't work and listening to the audience. And I became a top seller and just loved it, excelled. And I really feel like helping businesses understand that they need to take a review of their sales strategy or their sales system, no matter what size you are, will give you the advantage of then spending the money in marketing and getting the leads and being able to convert them. So it just made sense to me to help businesses in that way versus the marketing side. We need both, but there's a lot of differences between the two.
Absolutely. You make a great point. If you can get all the leads you want, but if you don't know how to convert them, it's just money going out, but no money coming in. So I couldn't agree with you more. Can you give us an overview of SalesStar, what it does, what SalesStar does, and how it helps businesses accelerate their sales performance?
Oh gosh, well, yes, and I'll be brief. I do want to give you color around that, but I do want to make sure that the audience is getting the value of everything that they came for. So SalesStar's been around for 20 years and we are a global company.
Mhm.
I am a branch here in the USA. And what we've just designed and why this aligned or why I aligned with SalesStar is that training alone doesn't work. It's like reading a book and then you don't apply much. Going to a conference, but then walking away, you might take less than 10% and actually apply it. So SalesStar was founded under the principle where training is necessary, but coming alongside and strategically coaching everyone to embed what they learn. So you have theory, you have illustration, you have a theory, illustration, and then adoption. And what's missing in training is that third part. And so SalesStar is all about providing strategic sales systems, meaning people and data, and your entire system, including leadership, and really getting measurable, predictable, and then profitable growth by using data and science, but also using the methodologies and principles that we teach and coach to when it comes to sales skills and methods. And on average, our clients are seeing a 37% increase in their top line revenue within about 12 to 18 months of working with us. So it's amazing what we can do for businesses when we get our hands on, measuring, being able to forecast and get the right KPIs and then grow their business and by upskilling their team through coaching.
Yeah, those are absolutely amazing results. So Jill, what are the key components of building a strong and scalable sales system within a team? And how do you help companies put that structure into place?
Yes, there is a strategic pathway that we customize for each business that we work with. And that strategic pathway starts with just gaining clarity. And then once we have the clarity on where are the gaps, you can't, it's Heidi, it's like a car. You hear a rattle in your car and you're wondering what it is. So you have to go in for a diagnostic and then they hook it up and they give you a diagnostic. And then you walk away and you're like, okay, now it's the alternator or it's this. But prior to that, you really don't know. And what we found is that a lot of business leaders are problem aware, but their solution confused because there is so much out there that how do you know exactly if you're hitting the mark?
Mhm.
And I'll give you another example. One of the companies came to me, and this is a company I've been working with in the manufacturing space. They came to me and they said, Jill, I think we have a closing problem. My people just can't close. And I was like, well, okay. And then, through a series of questions and a quick audit, which we do have complimentary audits, sales system audits we do give people, are able to identify it wasn't a closing problem. It was actually a discovery problem. They were just submitting quotes and RFPs and just having these discovery meetings that were very ineffective. And so by increasing their skill level and their methods around, just how do you go about qualifying and disqualifying the lead or the potential client or the potential project in this case, and how do you go about doing that so that at the back end, you don't have a closing problem at all? It just naturally will either qualify and move forward and close, or it will be disqualified. And so by doing that early, we were able to save them about 18%, working our way towards that 37% average that we usually get with our clients on their increase in revenue. So that was pretty profound, but that's
Yeah.
just one example of what, we can do by really just gaining clarity first. And then the other steps are building in the right sales process and plan, and then the right key performance indicators, often referred to as KPIs, making sure they have a CRM that's working, giving them what they need. And then mindset, skill set, and performance coaching is all part of the 9-step strategic pathway, along with recruiting. We're not recruiters, but we do help with tools on how can you best recruit and see through AI written resumes nowadays,
Yeah.
perhaps. A lot of talent comes through that. It's really hard to find the best talent if it's all written by AI. And so how do you really reveal the right talent in there? And we have methods and things that can help that are very affordable, but also very effective.
Yeah. It's very interesting what you shared about, somebody came to you and they thought they had this one problem and it actually wasn't that problem. And which I think is a huge gold nugget that you just shared for our listeners to take away. Because sometimes when we're in our business, we think we're having a certain issue or problem when in actuality, we're a little too close to it. And when we bring in the professionals like you, Jill, you're the one that can say, actually, this is the issue we're seeing. It's really not the closing issue. It's more of the discovery
Right.
area issue. And when the discoveries are done effectively, then the closing ratio is going to go up automatically, right? Because it makes it easier. And like you said,
Right.
you're qualifying and disqualifying. So you're spending time with the people who are actually qualified, and
Mhm.
not spending time with the people who are disqualified, which is doing both of you a service, right? You as a company and also the person who's not the right fit. So I really love that you shared that. I think it's a
Yeah, you're
very
right.
important piece. Yeah. Um,
Mhm.
so how important is a clear and compelling positioning statement in today's market? And what advice do you have for refining a company's messaging to resonate with their ideal clients?
Oh gosh, that's a big one. And the reason it's a big one is because the struggle many companies have is how do we differentiate ourselves
Mhm.
from others when a lot of companies are a lot of me too out there. So
Yeah.
there was a water technology company that we helped recently where we came in and we did a 2-day strategic foundation workshop with their new business development team. And it was so much fun. What we ended up doing with that team, and this was the big aha for the team, and I hope the listeners will gain and grab a hold of this because it's such a gold nugget. Here's what most companies do. Heidi, they'll be like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" Or they'll introduce themselves. "Hi, I'm so and so with this company." And what they'll do then is they'll just start with features and benefits, and they'll just start saying, "We're a 30-year-old company. We're family owned. We provide everything from top to bottom with water care or technology here and there." And they just start basically sharing and very proud, and they're not wrong. It's just you never want to lead with that. And a lot of salespeople make that mistake of thinking they need to what we call show up and grow up. You probably heard that out in the
Yeah.
industry. They show up and they just, whew. And instead, what we teach and what we embed with the teams that we work with is just good listening skills and good questioning. And so but it all starts, how do you get to the point of questioning? How do you even break through the door, get past the gatekeeper, all of that? You have to have a good positioning statement. So instead of saying, hi, I'm, Jill with water technology company, I would come in and I would rather say, hi, Heidi, I'm Jill with water technology company. We help facilities better manage their water care by, and then you give them a nugget that they can resonate with by improving their boiler systems, let's just say.
Mm-hmm.
And so by saying the title, that there's a formula for it. And so for everybody tuning in today, the actual formula for a really good positioning statement is that you want to address the person by the title. So like, hi, Mr. CEO or facility manager. We work with facility managers like you who are frustrated, and now add an emotion. So title and then emotion, who are frustrated with compliance or trying to meet regulatories with water quality. So what you want to do is you state the title, you state the emotion, you state the common problem. Now, Heidi, at this point, you don't know what their common problem is.
Right.
But you want to throw something out there that in that industry for that specific title or that person. What do you know means the most to them to resonate? And this is how I'm getting such amazing cut through with all of my clients, but also helping their teams get the cut through they need to differentiate them. So that positioning statement is so critical to state the title of who you're addressing in emotion, and then a common problem with that industry of who you're going after. And what that does is it sets you up as a trusted person. Like if I resonate with you, Heidi, now I'm trusted. Now I'm like, oh, this person actually knows what they're doing. They're not going to waste my time. Because what is one of the biggest things people are starved for right now? It's time. I
Yeah,
mean, we all are,
absolutely.
we're starved for time. So why would I take your call or your meeting if I think you're just going to come and just tell me stuff that it just doesn't relate to me and it's not what I need right now?
Yeah.
So by having a good positioning statement like this, we're able to go ahead and we're able to resonate with them. They know we understand who they are and what they need. And so that's just so simple. And people don't understand how simple it can be, but how effective it is at just getting through the door and getting that next meeting so that you can then get to writing a proposal.
Yeah, the world is moving so fast. You're very spot on there, and we can't get our time back. That's one commodity that once it's gone, it's gone. We can't get that time back. So I love that you shared that, because when you're wanting to get somebody's attention, we got to make them prioritize giving us their time. And by you clearly defining who you are, who you help, and how you help them, and what their problem is, that, like you said, it builds that trust right away, because you're showing that you completely understand them. And it's also letting them know too, like, hey, I'm not your person, right? At the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If they say, hey, that's great, but I'm not having that problem. My team's doing great, or whatever the case may be. And that's fine. Then you can pivot and you can ask another question, because now you have their attention and their respect.
Mhm.
And you can ask them, well, how about in this area? And again, knowing your audience first is important, of course,
Yeah.
but when you know your audience, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to pull some other common problems and have a discussion that is meaningful and adds value to the other person, and not just show up with just
Right.
all these features and benefits. You'll
Yeah.
get to them. There'll be an opportunity for you to get to them later. But right now, we just want to find out, hey, Heidi, what is it that you need? Hey, Mr. CEO or facility manager or whoever it is, what do you
Yeah.
need that I can either align you or refer you
Yeah.
to
Be
help you in your job?
curious, right? We want to be curious. So, Jill, when it comes to outreach, what strategies do you recommend for teams to effectively connect with potential clients without sounding generic or overly scripted?
Yeah. Scripting is amazing. Everybody should use a script, but they need to make it their own so it's not sounding weird. But the outreach that we're finding is super effective. And there's so many out there. When we speak about the word outreach, what we mean is, what types of platforms are you reaching your audience on, and what's the frequency? So studies have shown that everybody that you're selling to needs at least 21 touch points. Now, don't mistake, a touch point is maybe a LinkedIn message or connection, maybe an email, maybe a text message, maybe a phone call. These are touch points. So when people hear 21, they think 21 phone calls. And it's like, no, no, no. 21 touch points, about 3 to 5 hours worth of exposure to you and your brand and services before they're actually ready to make a decision. And that research is based on a lot of different studies, one from Harvard Business and one from there's a couple of other companies out there that are in sales performance that have done these studies. And I really love to put that in perspective for people to not be afraid of that, because it's actually not that overwhelming and you're not doing it all in a short period of time. It's over probably a month or two. And so when you use an outreach, let's say a company or a person, whether you're solopreneur business, whatever, let's say you get a lead in or someone inquires.
Mhm.
How do you reach out to them? Yes, you want to make a phone call to get a personal touch, but you don't want to just do a phone call and then a phone call another day or two later, you want to do a multiple touch point. So a phone call and then send an email. So if I call you, Heidi, I would call you, I'd introduce myself and tell how we met or how I got your name, and then go into your positioning statement. And if they answer, great. And then send a follow-up email. If they don't answer, leave a voicemail and then send an email. That's 2 touch points, but they're back to back. Because I don't know, Heidi, if you're busy and you can't call me, I'm going to give you the option to email me. So double touch points, you can do it with LinkedIn. So then maybe 2 or 3 days later, you maybe make another, you look at LinkedIn, you connect with them on LinkedIn or ask for that. That's another touch point. But don't just do the one touch point. Reference and connect the dots back to, hey, Heidi, did you get my email, my voicemail email from the other day? And you connect those touch points. When you do, you're able to get to your audience and you're able to think, okay, she's not a robot. She's real. She has something urgent. I'm creating urgency by doing this. And I'm using my positioning statement in most of those correspondence in some variation. I may say it's slightly different, but it's always going to have that emotion, addressing their title, and have a common problem or problems. So this way, when you connect the dots for all the touch points, they're thinking, gosh, I feel like I know Jill. So I'm sort of branding myself as well and the company and giving that exposure. But so many times people will just send an email or they'll just make a phone call and it's an isolated touch point with no other actionable items. People don't know what to do unless you tell them what to do. Hey, I'm going to send you an email. Please respond by email or phone call. Or I'm messaging you on LinkedIn. Did you get my other messages? Would you like to correspond here? And so what we're finding is that people are responding. People are getting a better response rate because they can choose what platform they want to respond on. So this is where it's important when I say multiple touch points and I say, a series of them spaced out over time. So you're not, bombarding or stalking somebody. You're doing it in a method in a way that's comfortable.
Yeah, and you can use the social media as another touch point of engagement, like engaging on their content, right? Reposting their content, things like that. So you're staying top of mind. But again, like you're saying, like, don't do it all in one day. We're not bombarding somebody with that because that comes across inauthentic. Do it over time and you're going to build that relationship because sales is all about relationships, right? And we want to build that long-term relationship. So we're working with them on a grander scale, a longer time period versus just getting them in and getting them out, right?
Oh, it's so true. And, ironically, since I've been working with this methodology over the years, I think when I first started using the positioning statement in the right way, starting to craft the words in the right way to really resonate, but then doing multiple touch points, I have gotten about 12 different job offers because they appreciate how I've reached out to them. And they ask, and I'm like, well, you can hire me or you can hire me as a employee, or I can come in as a consultant and one of my high performance coaches. We can actually train your entire team to do what I just did. And how much more effective would that be than just bringing me on board? So as flattering as that was, it's like, let's look at it from a business perspective. I'm one person. Let's get all your people to be like this and to have this kind of strategic messaging. And you're going to get the cut through and differentiate yourself because nobody else out there is doing it like that.
Yeah.
And so we really fine tune it. It makes a big difference. So we love helping businesses in that way. But it's a super big aha moment for all the team members too when they realize that's so much comfortable than having to give them all these benefits and features and not know which direction to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said earlier, people are busy. So just because they miss your phone call doesn't mean they can't respond to your email or even your DM and say social media, right? So you're giving them multiple options like you shared in order to choose which option is best for them. Because not everybody likes the phone. Not everybody
Yeah.
has time for email. Not everybody is on, that active on social media all the time. So you want to make sure that you're giving them different options and opening that door for them to choose and walk through what way works for best for them. One way may work best for you, doesn't mean it's going to work the best for your potential client. And we've got to be able to ebb and flow into what works best for them. Can we talk about challenges? What if some, because you've done marketing, sales, you've done a lot of different things in business. So what challenges have you overcome in as you've been growing, and how have you overcome them?
Right now, and this will probably relate to everybody that's on listening into this. Right now, the marketing platforms have changed. And what I mean by that, the biggest challenge is that what worked before just doesn't work now.
Mhm.
So if you've been doing print or advertising to draw in leads, if you've been doing maybe LinkedIn outreaches or something like that, it's just not, all the algorithms and all the dynamics of social media have changed. And it's been a very big challenge for people who don't have a set strategic foundation for how to sell into them. They may have beautiful marketing, they may have gorgeous pieces that they put out that are attracting some leads, but everything else on the algorithms has changed. And that is a huge challenge, not just for even our company. We have to pivot. We have to stay current, relevant, fresh. We have to use AI in the right way.
Mhm.
And we have to be able to basically hit a moving target. And I believe that most people will resonate with that because it is so frustrating and it's a big challenge. So what can you do is you can get more, you really need to be focused on your target audience. And when I say that, most people will be like, well, who are you targeting? Well, I'm targeting maybe it's women in that are this age group that are in this industry. Okay, that's fine, but you need to get more specific. What are they feeling? What are they experiencing? Would they need? And you have to fill that need with the message, but you constantly have to be, moving. And that's a big challenge for people is they can't get consistent with something because they feel like they're always switching and moving their message or moving their target. So getting hyper focused and really getting niching down is going to help when all these other things around us are changing and
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah, and there's a lot of differences, like you said, when it comes to social media, for example, you mentioned algorithm. Different platforms, different messages resonate on different platforms. Like for instance, YouTube is very informational. So if you're going to put out, feeling stuff on YouTube, it's not going to work because it's a search engine, basically. When people search for something, they search on Google. Google owns YouTube. So what are they going to be pushing? YouTube. So it's a great place for like informational content. LinkedIn was very tactical strategy, but as you mentioned, things are shifting. Now people want to learn more about you, your story, your journey. So we're starting to see more people talking about they're bringing their personal experiences and talking a little bit more about feeling and empathy and things like that so people can connect. So 2 years ago, or even last year, LinkedIn looked different than it does today. And like you said, Jill, you have to be able to be aware of that and you have to be willing to pivot. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. We can't keep doing the same thing we're doing. Algorithms change. It's crazy that the platforms change, but they do. They just
Right.
shift a little. And you brought up AI, and I think AI is a big important piece. It's a useful tool. It's a tool you need to get comfortable using. It's going to save
Mhm.
you a lot of time and help you be more productive. That being said, people also still want to connect with you. So if you're using AI and it's spitting it out and you're copying, pasting, you're going to struggle a little more because people are, like you said, how do you differentiate between a like a resume that comes in that's AI?
AI written. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people can tell. The
Right.
HR, when they're looking at who to hire, they can tell. So if you
Mhm.
think you're getting away with something, you're really not, unfortunately. But fortunately and unfortunately, because people want to get to know you. So when on social media, there's certain things that you can tell, even when somebody posts something, I'm like, oh, that's AI. And I can't tell, I'll read it, but I tend to scan over it and move on because I really want to connect with the person. So I
Right.
think that's really key what you shared. Can you share as far as visibility? You mentioned that too, like really being able to get people to take time to talk with you. You shared the touch points, but are there some things visibility wise that was working for you that you're like, I'm doubling down on this year in order to get in front of my ideal prospect?
Oh, yeah. And you mentioned it before. People really want to connect on a human level. And but first, before they do that, they have to know there's going to be some value built in. So what works really well is giving away free, value add, such as a live workshop that's maybe short, concise. For example, just take the strategic messaging. There's been a group of people, I'll do a couple of different workshops and just complimentary, again, just adding value to them. Give them a little bit of a nugget of something. This isn't a new philosophy or a new idea. It's just let's give it a new twist. So invite everybody to come and build out their positioning statement or their unique value proposition and actually workshop it. It's not just a lecture. It's
Right.
an actual workshop. You're gonna walk away with something tangible that you can put in. And that is the best visibility that I've found is that when you offer something and it's short and it's concise, I have a saying, everybody knows me here at SalesStar for my saying of be bright, be brief, and be gone.
I love that.
It is so true. So when
Yeah.
I have someone come in and we do a 30-minute workshop and there are, 5 to 10 people there, and I take each of their businesses and we build out their positioning statement and everybody hears how it is. And everyone's like, wow, that's amazing. And then we build their UVP and we use the formulas, we use methodology, and here's how you need to now deliver the message. They walk away with something they can like right away use and they love it. I mean, people feel so empowered when you get
Yeah.
something done and you get some information and it didn't cost a lot of time or money, but it's a value add. It's exposure to us, it's exposure to what we can do. And it helps our business and it helps them. Even if they don't come back to us for other business, we've helped them in a way that will enhance them. And that's the value add that people are missing sometimes when they're doing the interaction, getting exposure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So,
good because there's what is it, the Newton's law? I forget which one it is, but it's like a ball in motion tends to stay in motion. So when you're giving someone a win, they typically want to keep that momentum going and want to create more wins. And who's the first person that they're going to go to create those more wins? You, because you've already given them a win and you've given to them that win, like you said, Jill, as a value add and selflessly, right? You want to see them win, whether they work with you or not. They got a result, they got a win, and now when they have a problem again, you're most likely going to be the first person that they reach out to because they've already got a win with you. So versus trying somebody that they may not get a win with, they already know what you're capable of and how you can help them. So yeah, I love that. Um, let's talk about what's next. Like what are your big goals for the next 12 months for your business?
oh, it's exciting. I mentioned AI earlier. We're actually so SalesStar, we have an academy. So one of the draws to why people will choose us is that not only do we have high performance coaches that we align with companies and then customize that 9-step strategic pathway, but we also have an amazing back end academy. So in between our coaching sessions, clients will hire us monthly to coach their team either on a biweekly or weekly basis. And then we provide them with an academy, and it's an entire portal with all these chapters and all these lessons and things that we reinforce. So what I'm so excited about, Heidi, is we've added a component of AI role play.
Ah,
So what this means is you can actually practice. So you learn something and like the positioning statement and a unique value proposition, you learn it. Then you role play it with an AI bot, and then it spits back, hey, this is where you did great. Here's where you did. It's literally a coach in your pocket for sales strategy. You can role play. It's just amazing. I love it. And it's now
yeah.
built into our academy for the lessons. And it is just it's gonna make a huge difference because when people practice, and another challenge is that people always say, well, I don't know how to hold myself or my team accountable. And so this helps with the accountability piece. And if they're having weekly meetings with their team, and they're trying to improve, they can assign them to do one or two of these and then review them. And taking a critical look at what you do, the words you use, what you say, how you say it, it's absolutely amazing when you're like, wow, I didn't know I did that. Or,
Yeah.
hey, that sounded really good. I'm going to use that from now on. And you pick up and it just accelerates the process. It's efficient, it's effective. It's a tool that I'm so excited. So you asked where SalesStar is headed. We're headed. We wanted to go that route. We did. We've implemented it. It is now up and running, and we have it available to all of our clients on a monthly subscription. They can take that. So we love it, and our clients are loving it, and they're seeing what an impact it has. It's kind of gamifying it in a way.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun. But also, Heidi, it takes the pressure off of like if you
I
and I
was
had
just
to.
gonna say that. That's what I was, yeah.
Yes, your mind was going right there, and
Yeah.
so was mine. But I love that we think alike. So great. But it's very true. Everybody thinks that too, is that it's so uncomfortable to role play with your manager or your boss or your leader, whoever it is, or even
Yeah.
yourself. It's how do you do that?
Yeah.
This is a tool that takes that pressure off so you can really dig deep into how can I perfect my message? How can I perfect my meetings and my proposals, my whatever it is, whatever you need to practice. You have a practice buddy that's confident and on your own time.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. And I'm excited about it too, because exactly what I was thinking. I know when I've been, in sales and say, especially if you're a new hire, and the first thing they want to do is obviously teach you the script and then you role play. And it's so uncomfortable, especially if you're an introvert like me. It's just like you feel like you're being judged. You can get nervous. I start sweating. And you're like, I just did horrible. What do they think about me? Are they going to fire? Are they going to let me go? Things like that. And it can be very intimidating, especially when you're talking or doing role play with like a manager, or somebody that they're putting with you that's been doing this for a long, long time. And also on the flip side of it, if I'm the one that is they're the one that are, trying to sell me and I'm the one that has to come up with questions, that's pressure too. So to have an AI that's giving that to you and then also the feedback, and I'm guessing it's pretty instant that they get the feedback, which is
It
fantastic
is.
too. Yeah. And there's no
Yep.
emotion there. I'm not feeling like, oh my gosh, this person is judging me and now they're giving me feedback. There's no emotion tied to it. It's literally like it's just a bot.
It's so true. And I love how you can set it up for different levels of intensity. And like if you're selling into really difficult, you can set it at a difficult level. If you're selling something into moderate competition or moderate pressure, you can put moderate. So there's different levels you can even, tune it into.
Yeah.
And
I think it's
it pulls
cool.
from all that. Yeah, we're really excited to offer it as again using AI in the right way.
Yeah.
But one of the things that fell to the wayside many years ago is role play because it's so uncomfortable for people, both sides of the table.
Yeah.
And so it fell to the wayside. And so then you start having a team or your people or yourself start picking up bad habits and nobody's holding anybody accountable to that. And so bringing that back into the team's skill set, because nobody, I mean, who got a degree in sales? There are some now, some universities are offering degree in sales now, but
Mm.
most people don't. So where do you go to get the education, the skills, and that kind of feedback? Where do you turn to? And there's an
Yeah.
entire industries, almost all of them are struggling with improving their current sales team and not just finding new talent, but improving. And this is the way they can do it.
Yeah, and for business owners, who are looking at their bottom line, you're also saving them productivity and money because you're not having another person on their team taking time away from other things that they could be doing, like generating more revenue, to be role playing with someone. Not to say it's completely not doing human role playing, but at least this bot can get them to where they need to be, and then somebody can step in and then do it in a human way. Because it's nice to have that too before you go
Yeah,
out and actually talk to somebody. It's nice to have that real person talking, practicing before that. But I'm
right.
just thinking about bottom line too. I'm sure that your tool is going to help save them companies a lot of money in the process as well. If I could give you a magic wand, Jill, and I want to like be respectful of your time, but if I can give you a magic wand and there's one thing that you could go poof, one issue or challenge that you're experiencing right now in your business that you could just wipe away with the wave of a wand, what would that be and why?
Oh gosh, I'm toying between two thoughts, and that's why I'm pausing. So if I could wave a magic wand to get rid of one problem right now in my personal business, It would be the issue of marketing challenges. I believe right now that's been, if you would ask me this a year or two ago, it would be talent pool. And
Mm,
some companies are still experiencing talent pool.
yeah.
But right now it's not, for at least for us, it's not. And I'm hearing less of that and more of, wow, how do I generate those leads? How do I track the right people? How do I break through a good go-to-market strategy to the right audience? And
Mm.
where are they living? There's so many platforms out there where they're living. So I would say I would go with that one.
Great answer. Thank you for sharing. So, last question for you, Jill, is if we could revisit this conversation in 12 months and bring you back, what does success look like for you, both with SalesStar and also for you personally?
Oh, for us, hands down, success is reaching as many businesses that are small to medium, that are probably in that 5 million and above range, who are looking, they maybe have a couple of salespeople and they want to scale, or maybe they have 6 or 7 and they want to scale. 12 months, it's reaching those businesses and helping them with any part of that strategic sales pathway that I shared with you, and just being able to enable their team to have those aha moments. And that's the goal. The goal is to reach them. It's going to improve our economy. It's going to be so much better if we go into a recession. And I said the R word. I know I did. People are kind of, there's been rumblings about we're due for one, is, what's happening. You want to be super strong on your foundational principles.
Mm.
And so what gives me the most joy is making sure that the clients and the people that I'm working with are set up for whatever economic turbulence happens. And every year we have one,
Yeah.
we have something, COVID, an election, tariff issues, whatever the case may be. There's always some sort of economic issues that come up. How can we prepare them so they're not seeing these huge ebbs and flows
Mm.
and these huge dips, peaks, and valleys? You prepare by building that solid foundation. You partner with a marketing firm to get marketing. You partner with a financial agency to get financial advice. You partner with perhaps a recruiter or hiring agency. But who's partnering with sales? Who's your strategic partner in selling? You partner with operations, you partner with a CRM company, but a lot of people are missing that component of partnering. And so my goal is to partner with 10 new people this year. By 12 months from now, 10 new businesses to be partnered with, to just really dig deep and get granular on where are the gaps, how can we get laser focused, how can we close those gaps so your foundation for sales is solid.
Mm.
And that would be success to me.
Well, your passion just oozes through. So if you're sitting here listening, going, we need some sales help, we need closing help, we need discovery help, we need a pipeline, and we need to find those leads and make them consistent, then you definitely want to connect with Jill. So Jill, how can people connect with you and reach out to you?
Oh my gosh, I'd love for you to connect, because I would actually give you that complimentary audit, that sales
Mm.
audit. It's like 5 or 7 minutes, super quick, but it gives so much information. You can connect with me by my direct phone number is actually probably the best way. And it's like people are like, "Are you crazy? You're going to give out your phone number?" I'm like, "Yes," because again, I don't want to work with you unless I know we can work together. And that takes a personal conversation. You're not a form to fill out. There's not some sort of magic like spreadsheet that you're going to see. It's just having a conversation to figure out what's right and if there's direction I can give you. And so my phone number is, if people want it, 630 is the area code, 631-8948. And I'll repeat that. It's area code 630-631-8948. Okay. Direct line. You just reference this podcast, please, so I know and I can connect the dots. Please. But of course, my email also will be put in the notes. I'm very happy to get an email. Sometimes it goes into junk mail. Please connect with me on LinkedIn. I believe, Heidi, you're going to post some notes
Yep.
and have my LinkedIn address. And then I do have a calendar link as well, if people can click into that. So feel free, salesstar.com or SalesStar USA. You can also Google and find my picture, click on it. So there are ways. I am also on multiple platforms, website, LinkedIn, phone. You're welcome to email. So there you go.
Beautiful. So yeah, and we're gonna put your phone number in the show notes too. Since you gave it out, we don't typically give that out, even though we have it on our forms. But
Right.
we don't typically give that out. But we're going to give it to y'all because Jill just dropped it. And I love that you did that. So the phone number, note to our producer and production team to please put her phone number in the show notes. And also make sure you connect with Jill Pedersen. Definitely go to LinkedIn. We'll have her links in website, LinkedIn. All of the links that she shared with us are also in the show notes. Her last name is spelled Pedersen. So it's with a D, not a T. So Pedersen when you go check her out on LinkedIn. But again, you can just go to the show notes and we'll have all of her links there. If you're watching Jill and I on YouTube, thank you. Please hit that little button that says subscribe. But that's how you're going to be notified of our amazing guests like Jill today, who are sharing or really taking time. Like, time is valuable, as Jill mentioned. They're coming on here to share their wisdom, their insights with you to help you grow your business. The goal of this podcast and my mission is to see more businesses succeed. Unfortunately, we hear about all the businesses that don't. And my goal is, through this podcast, we are supporting founders, owners, entrepreneurs who have a vision and they're ready to shine their light in the world and create that vision to make sure that they're achieving it and succeeding. And by having guests like Jill on here today, we're helping that mission come true. But please subscribe. Let Jill know that you've heard her here. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast, like Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, or any of the other ones, and you can leave a review, we'd love 5 stars. Again, this is also supporting us in helping reach out, pushing the podcast out to more people so they can be supported with our guests like Jill. If you know somebody that has a business and you know that they've mentioned that their sales is a piece that they really need some support on, please share this episode with Jill, with them about sharing Jill and SalesStar. Please send them her LinkedIn. Please send them her phone number and let her connect with them. I love that you do that, Jill, because I'm the same way. I give my phone number. A lot of companies, we're not a marketing agency, we're a marketing growth partner. We partner as well with businesses. So I love that you do that. But all my clients, I give my phone number because I'm like, you should be able to reach me directly if you need to and you want to. I'm like, text me, call me, So I think that's super important, and it just helps you stand out too amongst the
Right.
other.
We're talking about revenue. That's really important, and revenue challenges. We're talking about team and that's talking about people. People
Yeah.
are important and they're a human element. So yes, that's great. Yeah, I love it. I'm not afraid to do that because people need to be able to be reached.
Absolutely. For you listening, if you are feeling like you're challenged with your marketing or your visibility and you're trying different things and it's just not getting you to where you want to go, then go ahead and download our free blueprint. You can go download it at spotlighttoscale.com/blueprint, and that'll give you some outside the box strategies that you can go run with, and then reach out to us and let us know how they're working for you. Jill, thank you so much for your time here today. Make sure you go check out Jill Pedersen on LinkedIn. Go to the show notes, grab her links and her phone number. SalesStar is the company, SalesStar USA. But Jill, thank you so much for your time. This has been so much fun and such a great conversation. And I'm super excited for your AI tool. Yeah.
I am too. Thank you, everybody. I do appreciate it. And Heidi, this is great. Your podcasts are wonderful, so full of information. I'm honored to be a guest here. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for listening to Jill and I today. We will see you on the next episode of the Business Growth Spotlight.